Hello viewers, well I like to cover all kinds of racing games on the channel, whether they're from the big publishers and big developers or from small indie studios. I'm looking for games that are fun, that are enjoyable, that sort of grab my racing passions, and often these days I'm looking for games that try something new and actually work out of the box, because so many games these days just seem to be so incomplete. And where to look? Indie games, and today we're looking at Parking Garage Rally Circuit. Now this game's released on the 20th of September, so when the video goes up on the day, do check it out on Steam of course. There's a link in my description. I've been playing this game for the past few days and have been loving it so far. So I just wanted to share some gameplay with you right now. So let's take a look then. So I'm going to start with some options first. Firstly, you'll see it in the 4x3 mode here. Let's go into the options. I'm just going to quickly go into the visual stuff. There's the standard controller bits and pieces there. Visuals, monitors. Obviously I have a couple of monitors running it on my 1080p monitor here, full screen. Graphics options, range of different graphics options here to give you not only a retro look but an authentic retro feel. And I've been playing it in both 4x3 and 16x9. I enjoy them both. The 4x3 aspect, you can see there you can have Sega Saturn pop up. It's very authentic. It really does feel like a Sega Saturn game. I am playing with, and you've got various other TV effects here to make it feel like authentic. We won't change the frame rate down to 30. We're not heathens. And of course you've got different resolution in terms of the graphics to make them clear as well as various filtering. Some of the filtering just gives you that sort of blurro look. It's not necessarily the one for me. The scan lines are passable. They're not perfect. They're not the best I've seen, but they're passable for the process of the game and it purpose of the game. And I will say the scan lines do add to it a lot because of the graphics type that's being used. The scan lines essentially sort of soften the edges. Here you see the various trophies that I've been winning so far in the different races and the different cars. The light, the heavy, and the ultra as well. So there we are, the different cars. Each one of them has different speeds, and my goodness me, do you notice the different speeds as you work your way through the game. So let's just have a quick look at the speed and we'll talk about some of the gameplay in there as well. So we start with the slower one here, just getting started into the game, and you'll see the sort of flames coming out from your drift. They go yellow and then they go to sort of aqua blue colour, and that's a boost, and then the aqua blue is a double boost. So the longer you hold in a drift, the more powerful your boost. You're trying to link your boosts, and as you link them the car will get faster and faster and faster to uncontrollable speeds. The only problem with uncontrollable speeds is you're likely to fall off the edge of the map. So you've got to sort of control it where you can, control the slides through the corners. Linking those is all important. There's me on the leaderboards. Look, fifth. I made it when there's only 20 people playing, but you can see the leaderboards, and we go to the different tracks now, and we go to the heavy now. Let's look at it in comparison. Different course, but you get an idea on the speed straight away. I think the heavy's a really nice balance between the two. There we are. Slalom. You got to slalom your way through these gates. Feels very satisfying linking these together. Get your jumps right. As I say, the car flies so high, and you'll find lots of objects that you can land on, bounce on. And then we look at the ultra car just in comparison, just how fast that is as well through these corners. Really want to hit those apexes. I wasn't linking it up terribly well there. I was concerned about that corner. You can see the landing is all important. Straight over, all over the place. All over the place. It requires dedication and skill getting into those apex. Bit wide through there, struggling with the speed. So as you can see, the difficulty even on a course ramps up, and the courses ramp up in difficulty. Here you can see their version of the Rainbow Road on a course. Very tricky. You know, you get a wheel on those bumpy bits at the side, or you go too fast on this section and you'll fly just straight over the Statue of Liberty and to your doom. And these sections, look at them, it's not curved, it's kind of square curved, old school polygon style, and that makes it tricky. It doesn't flow that well. You've got to really work to get the car to flow through, and when you're on that section at high speed, very tricky indeed. So there's a nice flowing curve, by the way, just for comparison on one of the other parking structures. And again, going to be very these corners, you can go too quick into them, And these barriers here slide your way in early. I didn't do it right there and got caught on the exit. Tricky corners. There's always lots of little things to get caught on. So linking together your drifts. The drifts are powered by a button. Essentially you have a drift button, and then it's all about controlling the angle of your drift through the corners, and you get quicker and quicker and quicker. The courses have different surface textures. Some courses are off-road, and these have different elements to them. There are lots of areas to sort of shortcuts and cheats, and you'll no doubt discover that in time by following some of the other ghosts. There is also a spectate mode on the leaderboard, so if you are wondering how the hell did that guy get that time, you can spectate their time, and there's a free camera, and there's a multiplayer mode as well, which I've not had the chance to test in making this video because I'm waiting for it to be released, so there's lots of people online to play it, and let's hope people are online. But Parking Garage Rally Circuit captures that retro vibe that I really like. It captures pure gameplay, colourful graphics, a nice vibe. It captures that era perfectly. There are so many of these retro games right now where I see people creating a virtual racing style game, and they sort of get it, but they don't really get it. There are textures or graphics types that don't belong there, and it sort of gets rid of the whole immersion factor. With this, everything that you see, the types of graphics, the types of visuals on every level fits that genre perfectly, works in that genre and that time period and that era perfectly. It's a game I could imagine buying on the Saturn and enjoying at the time, and I hope if this game does do well, the Saturn version is released, if only just to show that it could work on the original system and for fans just to enjoy it as their own collectible. But either way, that's it for this first look at Parking Garage Rally Circuit. It won't be the biggest game on the channel, but it is something that I will enjoy, and no doubt you'll see some more content on this and a stream in due course. But that's it from me for now. As ever, more soon.